You know martial art.
I'm not very skilled, but better than you.
You did so much the past years for nothing. The Jaffe residence is full of ungrateful people.
Miss Devon, Blake told me you wanted to see me. Do you have something to say to me?
The Empress Dowager once said, "You're the role model for all women." I just want to ask you in person, General Ernst, are you willing to be a concubine?
You brat. The Emperor granted the marriage. How can she be a concubine?
Freya is a general. How can she be a concubine? She'll have the same status as you.
Same status as me. Does our country even have such a rule?
Sophie, you've always been sensible. Since you're one of us, put our family first. Freya accomplished more in this battle than Blake. After they get married...
Well, I know what you mean.
Miss Devon, I despise stay-at-home ladies. Like you the most. And I'm not interested in being at odds with you. Just do the right thing and get along with me. Otherwise, I'll enforce military rules against you.
General Ernst, don't you forget, I'm the daughter of a general. My father and 6 brothers died in the south border 3 years ago. I'm also...
That was them, not you. You're just a housebound, delicate woman. You can't compare to Freya.
You proposed marriage and promised my mother that you would never take another wife. But you broke your word. Don't make it sound like I'm standing in your way.
So you mean that I've come between you two and should be out of the picture?
I told her the other day that I didn't know love. But after meeting you, my heart belongs only to you.
That's more like it.
How can you do this to Lady Sophie? She's the one who's been looking after Madame Jaffe and managing the house.
How insolent! You don't get to talk here.
Beth just wants to stand up for me. Father, don't be angry.
Freya and I didn't intend to hurt you. You'll still be my wife. Freya and I will spend most of our time in the army. You can raise the children I have with her. It'll affirm your status too.
I'll need to help you raise your children.
If you want a child, we can have a son or a daughter. But after that, I won't sleep with you anymore.
What about you? Do you agree to this?
I'm not the jealous type. Blake and I want what's best for you. If you have a child, your life will be more secure. As for whether Blake will sleep with you after you get pregnant, that's beyond my control.
Don't worry. After she gets pregnant, I won't touch her again.
No need to assure me. I'm not that petty, you know.
Father, Mother, do you agree too?
It's for the best. You'll help them raise their children, so they can focus on their career and make contributions on the battlefield.
Things are already hard for women. Why are you still making it more difficult? Am I so pathetic to you that my life has to depend on the Jaffe family's offspring? Why must I be your tool and live a miserable life in this house? What do you take me for?
Miss Devon! This is the best we can offer. Don't push your luck.
Freya will leave her children to you. She should be the one who's upset. Sophie, just be grateful.
Yes, Sophie. You'll also benefit from their military achievements.
Let's get a divorce.
You'll use this divorce to play the victim and stop Blake from marrying me, won't you?
Freya, don't worry. This is a marriage approved by the Emperor. She can't stop us. Let's go.
Lady Sophie!
It's okay.
Generals! Your relationship is your business. But please don't mistreat Lady Sophie. And push her around with your ranks. She won't—
How dare you? You're just a maid. What makes you think that you can tell me off?
Even as a humble maid, I know what's right and wrong. Yet you, as a general, got involved with a married man. And now you're using your rank to bully Lady Sophie.
Discipline your maid. She has no manners.
You have no right to reprimand my people.
Outrageous! This is outrageous!
Sophie, you hit your husband for a maid. This is out of line.
Mother. Somebody! Call for Dr. Dunn!
Mother, please calm down. You just took the medicine yesterday. Its effects will only last for 5 days. After that, Dr. Dunn won't come to treat you anymore.
What?
Sophie, you won't let Dr. Dunn treat my mother? How can you be so vicious?
Blake, don't accuse me. Dr. Dunn said it himself that he won't come. He thinks treating an immoral person will shorten his life.
You,
Mother.
you wicked woman! Are you trying to kill me?
Beth, let's go.
Sophie, stop right there.
You can't leave. Miss Devon, aren't you worried people will say you're mistreating your mother-in-law? Or Blake might kick you out?
Go ahead.
Kick her out! She can forget about taking anything with her!
Okay, let's meet with the patriarch of my family and our matchmakers tomorrow. I'll sign the divorce agreement once Blake has it ready.
Sophie, you should know that. If I divorce you, you can't take your dowry with you.
We'll see. If you can stop me.
Mother! Mother! Mother!
Ma'am,
Mother, are you okay?
are you okay, ma'am?
Mother!
Are you alright, ma'am? Lady Sophie, you can't take anything if you're divorced. How could you agree to that?
Silly girl. Do you think they can do that to me?
Lady Sophie, do you have a plan in mind?
Your Majesty, Sophie Devon is still waiting outside the palace gate and has no intention of leaving.
I can't see her. I've granted approval between Freya and Blake. Even if she's an old acquaintance, I can't disappoint the two generals because of her. They've made great military achievements.
Your Majesty, speaking of that, didn't Marquis of Whelm, Lady Sophie's father, have gathered achievements than them?
You have a point. Let her in. I'll agree to anything except for revoking my decree.
Yes, Your Majesty. Summon Sophie Devon in!
Greetings, Your Majesty. Your Majesty, you granted approval for the marriage between General Jaffe and General Ernst because of their military feats. It's my father and brother's death anniversary. I'd like you to grant my request too for their service.
Sophie, I can't rescind my decree, so just give up.
Your Majesty, please allow me to divorce General Jaffe.
Divorce? So instead of revocation, you want divorce?
Your Majesty, I'm the only one left in my family. My father and brothers were courageous and honorable men. I don't want to settle for a life of compromises.
I know. You love Blake. Can you let him go?
Since he doesn't want me, I can let him go as well.
You may leave now. I'll issue the decree in a few days.
So, you've agreed?
You'll find out then.
Thanks, Your Majesty.
We have no other good military leaders besides Ralph. I approved Blake and Freya's marriage due to their military achievements, but Blake has indeed done Sophie wrong. Pass the word, I won't see him and Freya when they're here.
Yes, Your Majesty. Generals, please leave. His Majesty won't see you today.
This is weird. His Majesty summoned us to the palace. Why did he suddenly refuse to see us?
I'm puzzled too.
Lady Sophie waited for an hour at the gate for an audience with the Emperor.
Apparently, she asked His Majesty to annul the marriage between General Jaffe and General Ernst.
Such a narrow-minded lady. The moment our talk ended, she came to complain and stop our marriage. She's so wicked.
Freya, don't worry. She would have her way. Sophie Devon.
What do you want?
Beth, give us a moment.
You went to complain to the Emperor and asked him to revoke the marriage decree. Did you not?
I didn't.
A lady from a military family would take responsibility for her actions. Sophie, you're such a hypocrite!
It looks like I've never really known this man. His Majesty didn't say yes. Your marriage with her still stands.
Sophie, I never expected you to be so evil. Initially, I felt guilty about repudiating you tomorrow, but now I don't. You deserve to be kicked out of my house.
Beth, see him out.
General, please leave.
Silly girl. Why are you crying?
I just feel it's unfair to you. You treated them so well, but they still bullied you.
Because right now, to them, I'm not as important as Freya, who has military merits.
Lady Sophie, you're the most important to me.
Alright, stop crying. You stay here to pack our things with Madame Shaw tomorrow. No matter what a decree says, we're leaving the Jaffe residence.
But Lady Sophie, won't they bully you if you go to the meeting alone?
Do you have so little faith in me? Do you think they can push me around?